Exploring space. How are other satellites besides the moon moving round the Earth? The other satellites besides the moon moving round the Earth are man made artificial satellites. They are smaller than the moon in shape and size. They may go on moving round the Earth for 1,000 years. Artificial satellites do not fall because they are going too fast to do so. Their speed and the pull of the Earth, that is, its gravity, stop the satellites from falling. As a result, they travel in an orbit round the Earth. How is an artificial satellite made to go round the Earth without falling? Because a satellite is placed above the atmosphere, where there is nothing to slow it down, and there it moves round the Earth with the same speed as when it was left into space by a rocket. When will an artificial satellite not go round the Earth and fall on the ground? If an artificial satellite travels in atmosphere, it will be slowed down so much by the friction of the air that it will fall on the Earth. Besides this, the gravitational power of the Earth will also pull it down. Why can a satellite not be launched into space by an aeroplane? A satellite cannot be launched by an aeroplane because its engine needs air to burn its fuel. If the satellite is placed in the atmosphere, it will fall on the ground due to Earth's gravitational pull and friction of the air. Rockets are the only carriers of satellites into space. Why? Rockets are the only carrier of satellites into space because a satellite must be launched slowly through the lower atmospheric layers. A rocket burns fuel that makes a lot of gas at the back of the rocket, which pushes the rocket and sends it forward. Rocket fuel has its own oxygen and can burn without air, thereby making the rocket travel outside the atmosphere into space. How is a rocket pushed forward? A rocket burns fuel that makes a great deal of gas in its backside. This discharging gas pushes the rocket forward with the same speed as it gushes out. Why does rocket fuel burn without air? Rocket fuel has oxygen mixed in it, so it does not require any oxygen from air. That is why it burns without air. What does the liquid propellant consist of? The liquid fuel consists of two liquids. One is oxygen, which is kept so cold that neither it is a liquid nor a gas. The other liquid is a high quality fuel that burns very fast with the oxygen. Name the two types of fuel used in rockets. The two fuels used in rockets are liquid and solids. Liquid is used more in rockets because it can easily be controlled by valves from the ground stations when the rocket is in space. Why is liquid propellant useful in rockets? Liquid propellant is useful in rockets because it can be controlled easily by valves even when rocket is in space. Moreover, its supply can even be stopped or started again as needed by the ground stations. What is the quality of the liquid propellant which makes it unusable in rockets? Liquid propellant without mixture of liquid oxygen are unusable in rockets because it will not keep on burning in absence of air when the rocket goes up out of the atmosphere. What is the quality of liquid propellant which makes it usable in rockets? Quality of liquid propellant which makes it usable in rocket is that it is in liquid form with a mixture of high quality of petrol and oxygen. In liquid form, the supply of fuel can be started and stopped from ground when rocket is in space. How is a satellite launched into space? By a rocket. A rocket goes up until it carries the satellite into its orbit round the Earth. Then the rocket turns to travel horizontally. After this, the satellite is automatically separated from the nose of the rocket and starts traveling alone at nearly the same speed as the rocket. Then there is nothing to stop it from moving. What uses are satellites put to? Satellites are used for many purposes. We can find out more about the upper part of the atmosphere and the shape of the Earth. A weather satellite helps us to know about the weather. People all over the world forecast weather conditions using satellites. Special satellites are used to transmit radio and television signals to the places far away around the world. Moreover, at present, satellites are being used to find out the strategic power of countries of the world. How do satellites get power to function while they are in space? Satellites need their own supply of electricity if they have to transmit radio and television signals. The solar cells fitted on satellites turn the solar energy into electrical energy, which helps satellites to function even in space. What special features do man-carrying satellites have? Man-carrying satellites provide perfect imitation of the climate that man would live in on Earth. There is enough oxygen for him to breathe, and the temperature is not too high or too low. Satellites protect man from the dangerous rays of the sun existing in space. Man has his food and is able to talk to people on the ground. However, a man carrying satellite must return to Earth. What happens to an ordinary artificial satellite? Ordinary artificial satellites do not return to Earth. Either they go on circling the Earth or they burn down as they fall through the air towards the Earth. This happens due to the friction of the air. Why is a heat shield provided to a satellite? A heat shield is provided to a satellite to protect it from getting heated up and burn from the friction of the air. What is man planning after setting his foot on the moon? Man is planning to travel to Venus and back after setting his foot on the moon. Besides this, he wants to have regular flights from the Earth to other heavenly bodies of our solar system. How can the rocket engine be stopped and started again or slowed down? As we know, the liquid propellant used in the rocket is controlled by valves. So when the rocket is out into space, its engine can be stopped and started again, or it can be slowed down with the help of computers at the ground station. This cannot be done when solid propellant is used. Thank you.